Woo! Joe, we're live.
Buenos dias, hombre.
How are you today, my friend?
Good. How you doing? Did you have a good weekend?
Uh, yes. Yes, I think
Yeah.
so. I think so. I'm not sure. I wish I could. I don't know why I can't get this screen across. So I'm operating from this the computer camera today because I had a tripod failure, and it won't hold my camera up. So we're operating from the old MacBook.
But dude, you look like you're in a smoky room over there, man.
Yeah,
You
look
upgrade
who's
your gear.
I was just saying how
Yeah.
much crystal clear my little camera on my MacBook is than yours.
Yeah, it's you and all those Kardashian type influencers.
But the good news is you got new cameras and shit coming. It's exciting times. Toys. I love toys.
Black Friday sale, man. It's like,
Awesome.
why not?
Awesome.
So that's all showing up today sometime.
Good.
So everybody will get to. I guess
see you more clearly. How lovely for all of us.
Yeah. So, what you do over the weekend is yeah, exactly. That's what she said, right? No. What'd you do over the weekend? Trading wise.
I didn't do a lot. I'm actually trying to help my buddy. He had a rather odd thing happen, and I'm a little concerned about him. His tokens, stake tokens for Olympus and Time disappeared out of his wallet. And it's about $70,000 worth. And he has activity in his wallet showing you sent to yourself in MetaMask, right? So sent the tokens to yourself, like to another wallet attached to your wallet, but he doesn't have that wallet in MetaMask. So we're trying to, I've got some people I can contact to see if they can help him out because he's not sure what happened and he's fairly new at all this stuff. So he's a little nervous at the moment. But I spent a little time this weekend trying to help him decipher what's going on and trying to track it. There's no activity in the wallet that they were sent to, right? The only activity is the sends of his memo tokens and his SOM to that wallet. And he noticed it about 5 days ago when it happened because he was showing 0 in his SOM, but he just thought he was having a glitch connecting to the wallet through the app on his phone. The interesting thing is I didn't know this was possible. He's on iOS. He uses Google Chrome as his browser on iOS. And you can in Google Chrome click connect in an app like Olympus DAO, and it will open MetaMask up and ask you for permission. So there's some I didn't know this was possible. I thought you could only use the MetaMask wallet in iOS, right? But he's actually using Google Chrome as his browser in iOS and accessing MetaMask kind of like interconnected to the app. So I thought that was what the problem was, but it's actually may also be where the money got sent out from. I don't know. I'm a little flying blind on it, but I'm a little concerned for him at this point. But
yeah,
we'll see. But the odd thing is the activity record in MetaMask says you sent this to yourself, which I assume means in MetaMask you can have multiple accounts, multiple wallet addresses, right? I would assume it means that it can be sent that it was like if I sent it from myself to another one of my wallet addresses is when I would see you sent it to yourself. But he doesn't have that address that it was sent to in his wallet. He has 2 accounts, the main one and another account, and the addresses don't match and the tokens aren't in there. Anyway.
Let me ask you a question. So one quick question, because I was thinking about something similar the other day. When you have like those 2 or 3 accounts in MetaMask, they're all the same seed phrase, right?
Yeah.
Because it's different wallets.
But I don't think they automatically come into I think if you took your seed phrase to another computer with MetaMask and you added the seed phrase, only the main account would come in. I think you have to use your private key to pull in the other accounts.
But I was going to suggest maybe he tries that on a different machine,
another computer.
A different browser.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
like
We'll
go
try.
to
I'll have
Fi-
him give
go
that a
over-
shot anyway.
like go over to Firefox and install the
Yeah.
extension there, and then import the seed phrase and see what happens.
Yeah.
I was on Google Chrome for a while, you know, at the beginning of the year, and then I started seeing something kind of wiggy there, and I was like, hey, and I locked it, uninstalled everything quickly, headed over to Firefox and reloaded there, and everything was cool. So it might just be something glitchy about Chrome, like you're thinking.
Yeah.
But you know, this stuff always kind of, unless somebody got a seed phrase or he connected to a shady site or something. I mean, not shady like he would be intended
I know what
to.
you mean.
Just
well, the other thing is I told him a few weeks ago he needed to get his own computer because he's been using his phone and then he's been using his son's computer, which scares the shit out of me.
Yeah,
because God knows what the son's downloading, right? I mean, you know, we were all 16, 17 before.
Yeah, and we had to go to the grocery store to get what we wanted. Yeah. They could just download it now.
So
instantly.
That was a concern I had. So the next thing is run some malware scans on that computer. But anyway, no, let's so any other than that,
good luck to him.
Yeah, other than that, the weekend was the weekend. Yeah, I tried to think what the fuck I did. I don't think I did anything.
I TP'd all over the place. I took a lot of profits over the weekend just because I was like, I can't figure out what's going on with all these layer ones. So, you know, the big news was that, you know, Uniswap is now coming to Polygon. So, you know, they're coming in, Polygon's bringing them in, throwing in like $1 billion in incentives. Uniswap's throwing another $1 billion in. So what does that say for Define and Crystal and all those
my
dexes?
question is, who's going to use Uniswap? I mean,
a lot of people, normies that are coming over from ETH to Polygon.
Yeah, but that's for swapping, right? Uniswap's not going to have any of the yield farms that these other projects are going to have, like the levels of yield.
They're not going to have the crazy.
I would be shocked if Uniswap had a 150%, much less a 1,500% yield farm. Like,
no, they'll never have that. They'll never have that. But what they will have
I think Polygon's wasting their fucking money, but what do I know?
Well, look, I mean, Sushi Swap's there, Quick Swap's there, and another 50 DEX type plays. I think with Uniswap, it's that they're, you know, getting gashed on transaction. People are getting gashed on gas. So they don't even know how to get to Polygon, the normies.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of an easy gateway to bring more people to Polygon.
That makes sense.
But I think it's also a threat to another one. Well, anyhow, so the point was I just kind of got tired of a lot of it. And I took profit across the board, used it as an excuse, and, you know, dropped a lot of layer ones just to go into like.
So wait, what did you dump out of, dude?
Matic. Phantom.
Wait, what? Phantom, the token, right? Okay. Well, you made money on that. That's been up, right?
Oh yeah. No. Look, I'm up like 7 to 12x on all of these.
Nice.
So it's not like I'm panicking. I'm just sitting there going, wait. How many times have I been sitting there thinking, is this going higher or not? And then it's not, and then I'm pissed at myself. So I just said this time I'm not going to worry about it. And so I just trimmed all those positions. But you know, now I'm kind of like you. I'm in all the Omi type shit. So. You know, I added the Klima.
You did add the Klima. I still haven't pulled the trigger on the Klima.
Well, I like their game. You know, I like it. It has actually, you know, my whole criticism of all these plays in the past has been I don't see the end game.
Right.
And so then, you know, you show me Snow Dog, and I'm like, well, fuck, there's a pretty interesting end game.
I love the end game.
Now,
there.
If they fulfill it and do it, I mean, I don't know who any of these people are, so I have no idea. It could be, you know, a monster ripoff, but. At this point, you know, who knows? Maybe so. And I'll talk a little about the logic on Snow Dog a little bit more because it does assume in that simulation that it's one buy of all, you know, that basically drives that price up. But if you break it down to 100 buys, obviously it doesn't move it as much.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're going to do. I think their incentive is to drive the price up. So my guess is they would probably do one buy or a couple of buys. But, you know, that's an end game. I see it. Okay. So we're going to buy it all back and launch a meme token on AVAX. I'm like, oh, cool. Nobody else is saying anything like that. So then when I look at Klima, it's the same way. I go, oh, yeah, well, there is a play here because everybody that has carbon credits can come in and mint for Klima. And, basically it's about driving up the price of basic carbon tonnage.
Right.
So I see that's an end game that should get attraction because, a lot of people are concerned about that. Rightfully so.
Yep.
But all the other ones to me are like, okay, it's like not quite smarter coin, but it's like this can go, but I don't see where it goes.
Yep.
So I did cash out of time. Sorry guys, but I was up 4x and I put it all into the other ones.
Sure.
So I put it into Snowbank and a little tiny bit into Snowdog and doubled my liquidity pool for Blizzard. I'm just, kind of taking the profits when I can because, I remember sitting there in 2018 when Thanksgiving hit and I watched everything just get gutted by 60%.
And you keep waiting for that bounce, keep waiting for the bounce, keep waiting for the bounce. And then it just fucking drops to nothing.
Yeah. And so,
brutal.
Remember that slow bleed in 2018 from about May on. And then of course, that was followed up with the Cryptopia hack. But, to me, I'm like, I'm not going to get caught with my pants down on this one because if there is a correction,
I want
smart. Plenty of
I need to
dry powder
profits.
And so I did, but then I, came in and found two new DAOs that are just getting out of the gates. One is I missed the private sale over. I'm set up on Binance Smart Chain too, but one I missed
Joe's
over there.
Jumping into the true DGen network.
Hell yeah! I'm like,
dude, what's the address for the Snowdog analysis thing? I can't find it. I had it open.
Snowdog.watch.
Okay, thanks. Joe,
so I was messing around with this simulation mode up there.
So talk to me about what you're doing on BSC.
Okay, well, it's Unisdao, UNUSDAO.
Oh, you want to share? Why don't you share? Why don't you share?
Okay, hold on. Let me pop up a new window. Yeah, I'll do it just 1 second. Where are we at here? Project.
Share with us, Joe. Share.
I will. Let me just get up. Where's this friggin'? I guess I didn't save any of these.
I'm so fucking tired of managing tabs. I had an interview today with the founder of VFAT.
Oh.
He's launched a project called 100, which is the supposed to be the conservative, long-term, completely cross-chain, multi-chain lending platform. So the idea is to be the place where people who just want to stash stables, make money on it, borrow against them, but low risk. And then they're doing it completely cross-chain, first multi-chain, then cross-chain. You'll be able to stake on one chain and borrow on the other chain.
Yeah, see, that's what, well, I also took some heavy profits on router protocol for that same reason. Everybody wants that. And I'm kind of like, look, that is not a couple of people development effort. That's big time heavy lifting. So I thought, somebody else is probably going to pull that off first. And so, I was only up, I think 90% on that one, but I took it just because I'm like, all right.
Wait, real quick.
I heard somebody. Yeah.
Did you say did you get in Snowdog? Are you still in it?
Oh, I'm in it. Yeah, I'm in Snowdog.
Yeah. Cause like right now, look at this shit, right? Like we're only at 1811. That's a drop. Where were we this weekend? We were over 2,000.
We were around 2,100.
Yeah.
But I think it's just minting just stopped or it's stopping very soon.
Are we on day 5?
I think so. What is, let me open I pulled all this on one screen. Hold on. Let me just see what I got over here. I think, let me go to the dashboard. On the 22nd at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, minting
hour
stops.
and 44 minutes. So if you want some S-Dog, this is the time.
I mean, you can still get a 10% discount if you do it with ETH, 11.5% if you do it with Spell, 11.6% if you do it with Wrapped AVAX.
It's not there anymore. Yeah,
on yours?
Yeah, you're at 5.28% on ETH. Wrapped AVAX is 3.14.
Okay, I just refreshed. I thought that maybe that was a little bit old. Yeah, it dropped. You're right. So, I mean, I'm a little hesitant because I think the vesting period is 3 days. So, I think in 3 days is also the 8th. So I'm kind of like, I don't know if I'd be minting right now because you're going to be you're going to be redeeming right at the same time that everybody's this buyback is allegedly occurring. So I would probably just buy spot on Trader Joe if I was going to play this at this point. But
even if it gets even if it gets half, like this current simulation, right? Even if it hits half of this, even if it hits a fourth of this $90,000 price, that's such a sweet return.
Well, hit the see the simulation button on the top right?
Yeah.
Simulation mode. Hit that. And so you can change stuff. Like you can change the appreciation of the price to maybe 50%. You can change the treasury up 50%. Now that won't really grow anymore once minting stops, because that's where all that comes from. But then you can also change the amount of purchases.
Yeah, I just did that.
So you see what it
drops
does.
you to 16,000. I hope they do them all at once, but
I think the incentive, if you're the guys, whatever your intent is here, whether it's totally legit or totally a scam, I mean, isn't your incentive still to drive that friggin' price up?
Yeah.
Because don't you then want to sell your tokens to yourself for like 50,000 a pop? So
that's the beauty of it. These guys could be sitting on, hundreds of tokens, and they know they get to drive the price up on day 8 as high as they want, and they know the time. Well, now the question I have is, because they don't make the wording clear, is the smart contract randomized, or are they planning to do it manually themselves? Right? Because it says where does it say about at a random time of day 8, all the MEM is spent to orchestrate a massive buyback of SDOG. So unfortunately, day 8 is fucking Thanksgiving, which means I'm going to be sitting in front of my fucking computer trying to time this. And when they'll probably do it is, well, at least it's Eastern Standard, but when they'll probably do it is like 3 a.m. while I'm asleep.
Well, one thing you can watch for, because the thing that happens first is they buy it all, and they buy all the MEM, okay, with everything in the treasury except for the MEM.
Yeah, and that's at 3 p.m. So it's after 3 p.m.
Yeah, so what I would be looking at is I would be looking at MEM first to see what happens on Trader Joe's, see if there's a lot of buying going on there, because you'll know when those buys are happening.
Yeah,
I don't know if they'll update the treasury instantly. And then the other question I had, when you look at snowdog.watch, it shows the liquidity pool there with like about 8 million MEM right there in the middle of the screen.
Yeah.
Go down a tiny bit. See that right there? Right there. Yeah. That's the liquidity pool. Well, I can't find that liquidity pool anywhere.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, you're buying on Trader Joe's, which is out of that liquidity pool evidently, but I can't seem to find the liquidity pool on Trader Joe's. So I was going to start watching that as well at that point. So, offline, see if you can find it today and let me know. Because that's another thing to keep an eye on. Now, I have no reason. I mean, of course, I mentioned this in another channel, and all these people started throwing like 20 grand at it. And I'm kind of like, whoa. I'm like, I'm not doing that, guys.
I mean, you figure with a massive buy, you're going to come out profitable if you're in front of your computer on that day, right? No matter what, you're probably going to make money because that buy is going to drive price up. Even if it only drives it up 3x, you're in good money. You're in great profit, right? So let's say it drives it up to 5 grand. I'm a happy camper, but if it drives it up to 80 grand, I'm a really fucking happy camper, right?
Yeah.
So the question becomes, can you time that buy and sell, right? Can you see will we be able to see when that buy hits and starts happening?
Well, the one thing I would think, like what I do is just my lazy man game is just in CoinGecko in the app on my phone. You can put alerts if shit's moving like 10%. And you can set a
Right.
recurring alert in there. So that way I don't have to watch.
Yeah, but do they
I
have
just
that
wait.
for Trader Joe?
Yeah,
They
it's
have
on
that
there.
Okay.
No, I'm going to start calling this one Snoop Dogg, just out of the way, because I keep wanting to call it Snoop Dogg, but Snow Dog.
Yeah.
It's S Dog. It's S Dog is the ticker. So just add it to CoinGecko, set your alert at 10% recurring up and down. And that's all you really need. Because even after the buy occurs, there's still a market to sell them. And then it turns into a meme coin that's worth, I guess, whatever the price is at that point. So, that's
what you
I'm
really
doing.
need is we need limit orders on Trader Joe. That's what we need.
Yeah, that would.
Because here's the problem: if they execute the one buy, and you're not for sale during that buy, how long does that price sustain? Because everybody's going to be dumping in on that price.
Well, I think you got to be around when you got to be watching when it's moving, obviously. And, then you got to figure out, are you sticking around for the meme coin play on AVAX? I'm not.
I'm not.
No. But the other thing is, let's say this goes up to like before the buy. Let's say it goes up to 8,000. Are you selling at that point? I'm selling half. I'm selling half at that point.
Look, I don't have that much anyway, right? I got like under 3. So it's not like I'm hugely
invested.
got
less than that. No, I don't. This to me is this is a bit of a gamble, obviously.
Yeah.
We're relying on certain aspects of human behavior. We're trying to align with the greediest parts of human behavior.
Like I'm up $1,200.
Yeah. I'm up. I came in a lot lower than that, but I'm still up like, with the rebasing and everything, I'm still up like 30% right now.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm going to hang in for the rebases until we get to that point.
Yeah.
And I just don't see anybody dumping up to that. But look, let me show you 2 new ones.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'll show you.
Okay. I'm going to share it. Okay. All right. I'm going to share this one.
Oh.
All right. This one's on AVAX as well. Fortress DAO. Fortress DAO. Okay. Now look, you want in on, let me switch my network real quick. You want in on this one because
this is not financial advice.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We are not your financial advisors.
Get that thing up. Thank you.
You only want in on this if you're willing to lose all of your money.
Yeah, but this is like this is another OMI fork, and it just came out. I think the price is like 194. I minted some on this, and my mint price was like 140, I think. And I bought some. I mean, the price is.
What did you mint in with, like MIM?
Yes, I went in with MIM at this 32% discount. Or I don't know if my screen's current, but it was 32 when I did it. So again, this is the same thing. It's not Snow Dog. This is like Snowbank and Time and all of that. And to me, I'm kind of like, it's early. You got a monster APY. I mean, 328 million. For those, just to remind everybody, that's assuming that you stayed for a whole year. There's no reason to go early.
What's the daily on that?
Like with Snow Dog. Stake, we are looking
5 days, 23%.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, I only put 3 in and I minted 1. But, look, so it's still spinning out $25 a day off of $600 and then another 140 for the mint. Minted.
You need to refresh your screen, by the way. The mint rates have dropped.
Chug. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I guess I did it at the right time, but you certainly don't want to be minting with AVAX here.
Right.
So let me see something here. Yeah. So look, the price has gone down a little bit. So people are selling because it went up big this morning or yesterday. So, while I was thinking about it, then everything went moving. But I'm like, this is still an easy early price to do. So I jumped in on that one. Now the other one that I jumped on.
So there's no games here. This is just the straight Olympus DAO fork launch. Yep. Okay. Yep. So the risk is that these are a bunch of crooks and they're gonna rug you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the just like all of these.
Oh, look, they got like active governance shit going on though.
I think everybody's.
I'm just trying to see how long they've been at this. There's like 4 voted on proposals already.
Yeah, I saw a couple in a Telegram channel. I haven't really gotten that far, but this is a lot of people in one channel I was in were in a lot earlier. So, of course, I keep seeing all these prices, and I'm like, damn, why aren't I getting into these when they're like $3? Yeah. And so then, hold on, let me switch. Then I found in one of my channels, I found this one. A
BSC one.
Okay, so the pre-sale was today. I missed it. But the public sale starts 7 a.m. East Coast time tomorrow morning is the public sale. So right now, I'll just show you the pre-sale screen real quick. It was basically 4 BUSD per UDO.
So $4.
$4 a one. So you kind of think you're not going to get in much earlier than this.
Yeah.
So I was going to throw 500 at it, but then I figured I couldn't figure out why this button wasn't going because it still shows hot, but I missed it somehow. So now I'm just waiting for the live one.
Are they showing the staking rates yet?
Nothing yet, I don't think.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, no, it's taking me.
You're on the wrong network. You're on Avalanche, probably.
Still? I thought I switched over. Yeah. Here we go.
And just so you know, Joe, because you are sharing your whole screen, it's showing us your MetaMask wallet in the stream.
But not the whole address, right?
No, but just that's not the problem. The problem is people can see what you have, so just be careful.
Oh yeah, these are like dummy wallets basically. Nothing's in them.
Okay.
So it's not showing anything yet.
Yeah, because it hasn't cranked up yet. Okay.
Yeah. But so tomorrow I'm going to jump into this and see what happens.
What time tomorrow?
7 a.m.
7 a.m. Eastern time.
Yep.
Just when I'm driving my kids to school. Perfect.
Yeah. Well, so those are the two like kind of degen things I found today.
All right. I like it.
Still, like I said, I cycled at a time just because I was up and I put it into these other ones. I took profits everywhere else. And now I'm sitting with a pretty big basket of stables waiting.
Cool.
For the next thing. I mean, I did see one of the other things that was concerning me a little bit was, of course, we all like that buy, but when I'm looking at these, this is like long short ratios, and the only one the majority is long on is BTC right now. It is in the perp space and all of that, margin perp, all of that.
Right.
Most people are below 50%, so the preponderance is shorting. And then when I looked at this exchange flows, that is troubling to me. I mean, when everybody else is going out, you're seeing a lot of ETH going into the central exchanges.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's that whole big thing going on between ETH and some of the people that were heavy on ETH that have now been basically moving to Avalanche, I guess.
Yeah, so that was those are guys. Those are fucking VCs pumping their bags.
Yeah. So I think they're taking profits here too on ETH, and there was all those big orders going off. I think on FTX of ETH. So that kind of worries me a little bit. But then I look at the Binance stuff. I mean, look, there's still, I see 30, 50 million from 3,900 up.
Yeah.
On the buy line right here. And then another 60 in the next 400 points down. So, I don't know what to think.
Oh, but hey, we got a comment from Sean saying, check out Jade Protocol, another Ohm fork on BSC.
Jade Protocol?
Yep.
All right.
Let's load up Jade Protocol. Let's see what he's got there.
You took the screen back?
Nope.
Oh, I'm still in it. Okay, got it.
You're in charge, Joe. Joint tissue examination and damage exam. All right.
All right, we're looking at
websites in the top right.
Yeah, no, I was just looking to see how long it's been around for. We're at 24 hours. Okay.
Nice. He says less than 72 hours in his message to us.
And
damn, this looks a lot like smart coin. This looks like a smart coin psychological play. What's up with that, Sean? Tell us about it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to dig into this one a little bit.
What's the address? Jade Protocol what?
.io.
I haven't done it. I'm gonna have to like move money over to fucking BSC because I got nothing happening over there. I mean, I got like $300 sitting in there somewhere.
Yeah, I haven't done anything over there at all. So I
5 million APY. Go ahead.
No. When I went in there, I thought that maybe there was some issue, but
red alert.
BSC, but
red alert. Red fucking alert. So remember how I said this looked a little bit like smart coin?
Yeah.
A Harvard professor, devs from Google, viral marketing export. I'm going to bet you $1 million. He says they
smart
have
this
fair fork thing going on. This is smart coin. Matt, I know from NutThink, I'm in for a wee bit. N Creek says, hey, awesome catching you guys live. Much love. Love you too, man.
Well, so what do you think of this?
I think this is smart coin, and I bet it's just from a branding perspective. It looks like their structure of their page and everything else. Let me go look and see if I heard that they were going to do something on BSC. So I'm pretty sure. Yeah, look at them. They're attacking the venture capitalists in the video. Oh yeah. Let me go look at their Twitter feed. I'm going to bet that's what this is. It's so fucking hilarious, man. Immediately I was like, that's fucking smart coin. That's like everything. They had the Harvard professor, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to take a look and see if this is smart coin. Let's see. I'm going to bet the Fair Fork Foundation. Go to Smart Coin Farm and click Jade Protocol on the top menu. Ha. So now they're trying. They couldn't beat Ohm like they said they were going to do. So now they're going with a complete fork of Olympus DAO, and they're going to play their psychological game. And this one they'll actually make their money in. That's hilarious, dude.
Yeah, I don't really get the whole. I mean, I know everybody wants to bash the VCs, but there's a reason why this is such fertile ground for them. Because in traditional finance, they can't dump. Their stuff's locked up.
Well, it's just a marketing ploy. I bet half the team is probably our VCs.
Exactly. Or if you're sitting on 400 million in ETH or BNB or something, and you're running it out of your basement, trust you're still a VC, dude. You're still a VC, and people aren't gonna hold it. People sell this stuff for profit. I mean, I think that was what was going on in the ICO times with groups that were, I don't want to name names, but there were groups that were established Silicon Valley groups that were running ICOs, and they paid their fine, but it allowed everybody to get in on the pre-sale, then dump a little on the pre-sale, then dump half the bag on retail. And then basically they're sitting with like 10% of what they started with and, 6x on their money. And that 10% is worth the same amount they started with. So, I mean, who's not going to do it? If you don't want to be a VC, but you're holding it, you just don't want to go down with the ship, guys.
Yeah.
So,
15% of treasury used for buybacks and marketing. BNB bond at 26%.
I'm just watching the stream, laughing at it.
I know, it's hilarious. So speaking of which,
go ahead.
Yesterday, I know I had to drive my daughter somewhere and I had like an hour in the car. So I was listening to the All In podcast. They had Jason Calacanis on this video and Chamath and everybody. So it made me think of them. And they were trying to have a conversation about DAOs because Jason brought up that the Constitution DAO thing, right?
Yes.
And Chamath's like, oh, those fucking idiots. What do they think was going to happen? The other guys knew exactly what their price was. Their highest price bid was going to be. So they just put $1 over it. They're all idiots. If I had been running it, I would have gotten it for half that price. Blah, 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 blah. So Jason's like, no, that's not my point. My point is that we are entering a realm where this DAO thing is going to it's not going to mess everything up, but it's going to be incredibly powerful. And you guys just aren't seeing what's happening here. What's happening here is average people are getting together, and in 48 hours, they put together $47 million. $47 million to buy the fucking Constitution. And most of them didn't even care if they were going to make money on it. They just wanted to say they owned the Constitution. He goes, he's trying to convince them. And Chamath, Freeberg, and Sachs. Well, Sachs was just quiet. Freeberg's like, well, I'd really love for the whole thing to be free market, but the SEC is going to come in, and Chamath is like, we have to control people, how much they can invest. And Jason's like, yeah, but we have to at least let them like invest 5,000. I'm like, these, now here's Chamath, like he's like ranting on, they don't know what they're doing. They're going to fuck everything up. These people don't know how to manage their money, invest, blah, blah. This whole condescending, I am TradFi VC guy running SPACs, right? And I'm listening to this shit and going, okay, well, Jason is close. Jason at least sees that there's a seed of power here in DAOs and what's happening with them. So he at least is like starting to click on it, but still doesn't really have a clue, right? Because all he knows is Constitution DAO. He doesn't realize what the fuck's happening. Like if he spent an hour on Olympus DAO, his head would just explode at his desk. Like he wouldn't be able to handle it. And Chamath and Freeberg it's going to be like a train hit them. Like, because they're going to be they're going to turn around in 6 months, and DAOs are managing quadrillions of fucking dollars. Because look at the market cap of Olympus today is $4.2 billion, and they're not traded on a single centralized exchange, not a single one. And that is all. And that community is cranking. I'm in the DAO Discord for Olympus. These guys are building like fuck. They're building an incubator. They're building a swap platform. They're incubating projects. They've already got the first one out. They are building all kinds of marketing tools and campaigns. They're building faster than a unicorn builds. They are just cranking like crazy because they don't have to go hire people. Everybody's there and has a vested interest. Everybody has their stake. The thing that just dawned on me is these people here's a guy investing billions of dollars, running SPACs, hasn't even looked at this shit. He's got a giant bag of Solana. He's going to try to pump it and shill it. This world has no clue what is coming. They have zero clue what is coming. They're like, well, the SEC is going to jump into this shit. I'm like, how is the SEC going to jump into this shit if the people who are running it are anonymous? And if they hand off all the governance to the community, what are you going to do? Arrest all 5,000 people that are engaged in the community? Like they can't stop this shit. They have no idea what's really happening. And they're go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, this is kind of what we were touching on the other day, is that this is on the fringe. They're still worrying about DeFi to regulators is yield farming right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what they're looking at. And they're looking at like lending. A main
they're worried
chain,
about the lending.
Yeah, lending and interest on deposits, interest-bearing tokens. This is like I'm going to say it's like kind of like 2020 stuff. Basically, this isn't current, so they're not going to get to these DAOs for a while, and then you're right, they're not going to understand it. And I mean, you can't. There are
it's going to be too late.
Yeah, and I think then when the critical mass is up there and stuff's going on, then how do you stop it?
Yeah.
You can't. And so to me, I think that I don't see the big threat there yet. And so, I actually like these. It took me a while to get comfortable, but just think of them as big algorithms. is the way I look at it. They're just autonomous bot type algorithms that just run on their own.
Yeah, but
and go do what they're going to do.
Right. But here's the thing.
How do you regulate that?
Yeah. I mean, the example of the Constitution DAO is that there is a shit ton of money sitting in wallets all over the world, willing to jump in on shit. And then you look at Olympus DAO, or you look at any of the projects, even the guys I talked to today from 100, that lending protocol, right? This was a group of people. They were all in a project called Percent. There was a bug in a smart contract, and the smart contract locked up a bunch of people's funds. A group of them got together and said, fuck it. We're going to do this again. We're going to do it right. We're going to airdrop to everybody that got locked up, and we're going to build this platform. And now they're building a multi-chain, cross-chain platform with a completely decentralized protocol. Look at Robert Lauco.
This is Ohm? This is
100. 100 is the project. It's a new lending protocol. Then there's Robert Lauco at Liquidity. He does radical decentralization. He creates an entire lending platform in stablecoin and can't touch the code, right? What the fuck is the SEC going to do about it? And he's up front and says, here I am. This is, he's in Europe, so he's less concerned. But he launches this thing and puts it out there, and nobody can stop it now. It's gone. It's done. And that's not a DAO. Look at Olympus DAO. Thousands of people. Dude, I'm in this Discord. The shit that these people are building, developers, artists, content people, videographers, they are building. The entire infrastructure of Olympus DAO is going to be massive. They're incubating startup DAOs. They're building new protocols around it. They're doing hackathons. There's a new group doing an entire hackathon system to build on top of Olympus DAO. My point is this is just one project. There are dozens, hundreds of projects out there with communities galvanizing to build shit, and nobody's in charge, right? Somebody's in charge for the first 6 months, and then they hand it off. And that's what these guys don't realize. Like, so Jason's response was, so Chamath was like, well, Jason, what are you going to do? Have them come into your syndicate? And Jason's like, well, no, I'm at my max on my syndicate. And he goes, but there's got to be a way to, like, if we change the rules of the Jobs Act a little bit and let them have a little more room for people so we can get rid of these stupid accredited investors laws. And I'm like thinking to myself and wanting to scream at the phone, but my daughter and her friend are in the back. I'm like, it doesn't fucking matter what the accredited investor laws is. Nobody in this world cares. Nobody cares.
No.
You guys don't understand that your advantage as VCs, syndicate leaders, whatever you are, is gone in this world. And soon this world is going to come into your world, right? Because what startup is going to go through the bullshit of kissing their ass when they can anonymize or go to Europe or go to Singapore and launch a project in DeFi and get it funded? So,
yeah,
that's my point, is that they just don't see what's coming. And look, I'm not saying their shit's going away. There'll be plenty of people in TradFi that'll invest in his specs. There'll be plenty of people that are, toeing the line on the rules, investing in Jason's syndicate. I'm not saying they're going to be wiped out. I'm just saying that they have no idea what's happening here, right? And to me, I'm sure Chamath and Sachs have probably invested 10 million each in fucking Solana tokens, right? It's happening in Solana too, and they have no concept of the way the world's changing. And then for me, and I'll finish, these DAOs are going to influence everything as far as I'm concerned. It'll take some time, but they're going to influence. Like, I don't ever want to start another fucking LLC. Like, kind of like, why would I bother, And so there's going to be an impact organizationally. I mean, think about what nonprofits can do. I posted a use case for Alchemix, right? Let's say you're launching a Save the Penguins nonprofit, right? And you raise $20 million from where you're going out to raise $20 million from philanthropists, right? You can go to those philanthropists and say, you know what? I have a $20 million budget for the next 10 years, and I'm never going to come back to you again. I want all of you to put $40 million in, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the 40 million in Alchemix. I'm going to take the 20 million out. I'm going to put 10 million into 20% yield on stable coins. I'm going to run on 10 million, and I'll never ask you for money again, right? The entire world is going to shift and change. Or a DAO says, I want to say it solves some climate problem, right? That's my point.
Well, what's interesting is that what you just said, you're putting 50% in a stable coin pool yielding 20%.
Oh yeah, and
So
I'm going to give you your money back. I forgot. That's what you tell the philanthropists. I'm going to give you your money back in 6 years.
Yeah, so you're getting you're getting basically 10%, and this is TradeFi talk, 10% IRR on that deal, on half the portfolio locked in essentially, fixed assets. And the other 10%, is probably going to generate, this year the numbers are just off the charts, but I could see it easily doing 25% on that. So you're talking about, 35% IRR and a bunch of moonshots. I mean, who doesn't want to do that deal?
Right.
I mean, to me,
yeah, but I mean,
take all the problems of people out.
Exactly. But if you do it for charities, think about it. I'm going to ask you for $40 million and I'm going to give you back the $40 million in 6 years, and I'll never ask you for money again. I mean, that's what's possible. So that's my point is that this transforms everything. The DeFi and DAOs, I really think now it may be that the rest of the world just kind of ignores it and moves on, but this part of the world is going to be transforming, and people are going to come in and say, I don't have to do shit like I used to do it. Right.
Yeah. I mean, look, I did a lot of Series A deals back in the day, and the amount of hassle you got to go through to raise $250,000, $100,000, something like that. It's going to be, unless you got an entrepreneurial law firm. I mean, you're talking about 50 to 60 grand in legal fees. You're talking about, all the filings, all the accredited investor stuff. This is before a lot of that kicked in. But, the thing is that there's just a easy pool out there of accredited investors. I call it like doctor money. Doctors always think, they come to these guys with their ideas, and they don't realize they're really the fatted calves. The VCs are all looking at the doctors, because everybody knows doctors are dumb money.
Yeah.
Okay. Doctors are super smart about doctoring, but everything else, they don't know shit. And they're suckers in all these deals. They make enough money to write 25K checks and not worry about it. But, the point is they play that hubris or ego against them. So those are your accredited investors. Yeah. Now, they're also the same guys that their grandson will say, hey, man, if you checked out, coin whatever, and they'll be like, oh, wow, that's, hey, 150,000% return. Let's throw a couple grand at it. They'll do stuff like that, too. So to me, I think, doctors, lawyers, guys like that, you have much more fun over here.
Exactly.
Than jumping through hoops. Plus, these are liquid. You can get out.
Exactly.
You can't get out of Series A deals until it goes public.
Exactly. And then you're waiting 5 to 10 years for that money to come back.
And then once they bring in a debt round or a preferred or convertible preferred round, you're at the bottom of the stack. You're never going to get anything unless that thing goes public.
Yeah.
So, you don't, common stockholders in Series A, waste of time, guys. Total waste of time. Just do your thing on these platforms, raise your money. And that's what I like about Ohm. And that's what I kind of missed when you started talking about it and other people were talking about it when I was on vacation, is that these are tech companies. Yeah. These aren't really just DeFi. They use DeFi to accumulate resources to execute on their business model. And what you said, Brad, about all the incubating and the launch pads and all this other stuff going on, and new tech around this and innovation, that's what makes them tech companies.
Yeah.
Snowdog, I don't know if that's a tech company, because that's just going into an industry angle. Or Smarter Coin, I'd say no, but
just a game.
Ohm is definitely a tech company. Yeah, these are tech companies. And
Snowdog is a play to lose or play to earn game.
Yeah, and if you win, stick it in the other Omi plays. That's kind of the way I look at it.
Exactly.
I'm just rolling up more and more into these, but
I would encourage real quickly. I would encourage all the listeners, especially those of you that have Ohm, go to the Olympus DAO Discord. You're going to be blown away. And this is people that are highly inexperienced, diving in and learning shit while they're building. And it's also people who have unbelievable credentials from institutional, credentials from tech, credentials from art, from music, from everything. All like, it's amazing to watch. Absolutely amazing to watch strangers from around the world coming together to try to make more money and build an entire platform and ecosystem. I mean, to the point where I think, how long until Ohm is its own blockchain? Because it's like, it's like going to become this massive thing. But it's not just Olympus DAO. It's happening all over the place,
So, but this makes, I mean, I kind of think that a lot of the paired yield farming indexes, I had this discussion with somebody else a few weeks ago, and I sort of thought through it, and I was kind of like, there are a lot of DEXs and there are a lot of yield farms, and everybody's complaining about impermanent loss. And, I kind of see it sometimes, but, and usually the reward tokens or some high emission token that's just diluting like crazy. So everybody just dumps it, which takes the price down further. And I started thinking, I think a lot of this, there are better ways to raise money. Now, people do it because that's how they raise money for a project. That's how you get resources for your startup. But to me, these OMI ideas seem much more attractive as ways to raise money. So, you would have your project, and then you would go to like Ohm and these other guys, and you would get a grant from them to seed up your platform. Yep. And then you're off to the races. So look, OMI's now got what? I don't know what the treasury looks like. I think you said 4 billion plus.
Yeah, 3 point. I think Ohm treasury is like 3.9, and then the market cap's 4.2.
Yeah. So look, that's, a lot of that could potentially be redeemed. I think I saw a number recently. I think it said 92% of all. Yeah,
they own 92% of their liquidity. They own 92% of their liquidity.
They own it, or it's locked?
The project owns 92% of its liquidity.
Okay, so there you go. That's 92% of the 3.6 odd billion is resources to execute on their business model. That's not a juggernaut tech company coming down the pipe. It's like Klima. I look at Klima and it's got a reason to exist. These are going to be monster companies.
And think what Klima can become. Klima today is doing carbon credits. Maybe Klima starts developing carbon reclamation technology. Maybe they start funding regenerative farming programs, right? They can become a massive, like you say, tech company or organization that's actually doing shit, right? And the beauty of it is it's such a beautiful mix of capitalism and not philanthropy.
Societal good.
Yeah.
Societal good.
Societal good. It's this amazing combination. It's incredible. And I tell you, I can't be more excited. I wish I had more people to talk to it about, but they all look like I'm fucking raving crazy.
Well, nobody gets it. But you think about Klima. Let's go back to that. I was reading some press over the weekend, of course, about gas prices and oil companies and, blah.
Sorry to interrupt. Real quick. Sean in the comments said Wonderland's Discord is now cranking on a DAO. So that project is moving for full decentralization as well. So if those of you that are interested in kind of being in one of these circumstances where you can join in and have fun and really build something, maybe getting in early on that would be a great idea. He says it's just noise and floundering right now. No team involvement yet. So we'll see. Look, all of these things are messy as fuck when they start. They're all a total mess. Anyway, go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
No. But to your point, you get in there and you exchange ideas with people in these Discord channels, figure out what's going on, and then find yourself a little niche. A lot of times they have opportunities for moderators and admins and ambassadors and all kinds of. If you don't know anything about crypto, go in and that's how you learn. In fact, that's how Brad and I met. I was talking about this the other day, Brad, but I think it was 2017. We jumped in on somebody was asking for people on LinkedIn for a project like this. And so he and I met there, and, we've been going strong ever since. But, that's kind of where I figured a lot of stuff out. And how this stuff works.
Me too.
And you know how to recognize who are the real people and who are the total hustlers. And so, but back to Klima for a second, when you look at how you're using capitalism to implement societal change, so then you look at the fossil fuel companies, right? Look, of course they don't want to change because I think I saw something like 38% free cash flow this year. They're just minting money. But, they got gashed last year and the year before and the year before. So it's all boom or bust, and they're trying to break that cycle. Well, to me, the way you break this cycle is, you need resources to change a little bit, implement some clean energy stuff, or look at other things. Why don't you go into Klima? You guys got carbon credits everywhere because you're buying them left and right. So go in and mint Klima, take the ride, double your stack, and now you got twice as much money to implement change or buy more carbon credits.
Absolutely.
carbon credits right now, BCT, I think is 670, or it was over the weekend. So that's 1 metric ton of carbon offsets, I guess.
How much is it?
It's $6 and something cents.
Okay.
So, if all the fossil fuel companies went in and started buying up these credits, took a big position now, recognizing that the dynamics of the Climate Protocol means that price is going to go up.
Yep.
So go in and buy some now, and then when it goes up, sell it for the profit, and then you have essentially money that you made off of clean energy, climate change protocols that you can then use to either offset your polluting or enact change so you're not polluting as much. I mean, this is plus to the bottom line for just about anybody. So it's not just the greenies that are making money here. I'm convinced that oil companies could make money here too.
It's beautiful. Imagine you're coming into this project, you're making money on it, you're doing these carbon offsets at the same time. You have something cool to talk about, and I mean, it's just mind-boggling.
Well, look, you go in and then you promote it that you're in these climate change initiatives. Yeah. I mean, guys, like everybody, what oil company doesn't want to be looked at as greener?
Of course,
or a bit green, let's say.
Yeah.
Because they are. I mean, it's not, some are trying. I mean, I was driving around, I got to go in 5 minutes, but
actually,
when I was out west,
I got 3, Joe. I got to drop in 3.
All right. So we'll cut in 2 minutes. But when I was driving out west this summer, I was going through some stuff in, I guess it was probably Northwest Colorado or something like that. And there's just all these energy fields out there. And, you look at it and these are like, I think it's fracking, but they, or natural gas, I don't know, something. But, these are not, it's not big oil derricks up in the sky. It's like little tiny things on the ground and little holding tanks, and it's all automated. And it's not like totally destroyed. They're trying to make it look nice. And so to me, I mean, whether you agree with fracking or not, I don't really have a 100% position on that either way. But, to me, I think that these are ways to change behavior at these companies that will also be profitable. Yep. And, until change is profitable, they're probably not going to do it.
Yep.
So that's my point on Klima. I know we got to go.
I got to drop. Hey, thanks for listening. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thanks so much for joining in. Sean and Krieg, love seeing you guys chatting. Everybody else should chat. Hey, listen, if everybody could send me a DM if you like, or put it in the chat tomorrow. But we're actually thinking about doing a collaborative project. And if we set up a chat group, would you guys be into it? Let us know, or I'll post the question on Twitter. You can reply there. Thank you very much. We love all of you. And Joe, have a great afternoon.
Hey, you too, buddy. Talk to you later. Thanks, everyone. See you later. Bye-bye.